Hello everyone and welcome to English 121 Composition 2, an online course. What will follow is just a brief overview of what this course will involve and also some instructions on how to use specific online platforms. Just so you understand, this is the course description according to Lehman College's course catalog. As you can read here, this course will focus on critical reading skills, essay development. We will pay particular attention to research. So that will culminate in you producing a research project, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. The important thing for you to note here is you must pass this course in order to graduate. So if for any reason you're unable to complete the coursework and receive a passing grade, you will have to retake the course next semester or the semester that follows. Just a little bit about me. My name is Deepinder Walia. Most just call me DW, and you should feel free to call me DW. I am a full-time lecturer here at Lehman College. I specialize in teaching composition. I also teach creative writing courses and Asian American literature. I wanted to just share with you a picture of my family. So this is my dad, my mom, my interesting brother. This is me, and this is my husband, and this is my dog, Rocky. He's a German Shepherd. This is my contact information. So you'll see here is my email address, and my office is in Carmen, room 397. My office hours vary because I'm also an advisor for the English department. So the best way to ensure that you're going to find me when you come to my office is to just send me a quick email or to visit the English department's website to see the most current version of our office hours. Some things you should know, though the course is sort of standard, every instructor has very specific expectations, and I want to be honest and transparent about what my expectations are for this online course. I expect all work to be submitted in a timely fashion. That's not just homework assignments. I also am expecting that classwork is submitted in a timely fashion. I expect professional email correspondences. That means I am expecting that you will use the hello Professor DW, hello DW, dear DW, some sort of greeting, and that what follows the body of the email will be professional in nature. You'll use complete sentences, and I should be able to understand what it is you're trying to relay to me. Another thing that I expect is that you proofread all assignments. Of course, I understand that we're all on our journey, our personal journeys with writing, understanding certain things related to American English grammar. So you won't be penalized so much for things that I understand you're working on. When I say proofread, though, I do mean things that I expect you should already know, like capitalizing proper nouns, indenting paragraphs, spelling things correctly because you have the ability to spell check, and just a general reread of your personal work so that you're fully aware and able to confirm that everything that you're submitting makes sense. Another expectation I have, very particular to this course, is that you will remain patient and persistent when using technology. I have, many experiences in having technology sort of fail me, but that does not mean that I'm going to give up and sort of say, well, I can't get this done. I guess it's a lost cause. Instead, you sort of troubleshoot, you reach out to folks, you reach out to your instructor, you reach out to the help desk at Lehman College, and you try so that you're able to submit what you have to submit. Having said that, I also think that timeliness is everything. So if you know that you're sort of technology shy, then you might want to interact with Blackboard and VoiceThread earlier on so that if things come up, we can help each other and you can reach out and I can hopefully get you to where you need to be. So, those are my expectations of you as students. In this course. And now, speaking of technology, I just want to run through the way that this course will use technology. So the first thing you'll need to access is Blackboard. I've already logged into Blackboard here, and once you log into Blackboard, now if you're not familiar with how to access Blackboard, you can go to, oops, well that's not a good sign. You can go to Lehman College, our website, and you can log in. And then there's a special Blackboard login. So that's how you can log in to Blackboard. Once you log in, you'll see this. And here, as you can see, I have a bunch of my old courses here as well. You'll look for our course and you'll click on it. And when you click on it, you'll see something that looks like this. So this is our English 121 course site. You'll see that I've organized it according to modules, and I've also listed the dates that go alongside the module. So you'll know where you should click depending on what date you're in. You'll also see that in addition to these modules, there are buttons like Start Here, which is hopefully what you all clicked on to access this video, syllabus, so that you can have continuous access to our syllabus, information on how we can set up a virtual meeting, information on the various assignments for this course, and then a button so that you can maintain or you can review your grade for this course throughout the entire semester. So a little bit about the way the modules work. You'll see a title for the module. You'll see learning objectives where I identify what I hope we'll be able to accomplish before the modules end. And you'll also see a brief summary of the kinds of activities you're expected to complete. So you'll see something like you need to complete a VoiceThread discussion, you need to find a paragraph and post this image of a paragraph on our discussion forum, and I also tell you where this forum, what the title of the forum is. So this button right here is especially important, and what I recommend you do is either print this out, sort of copy and paste the objectives and the schedule of activities, print it out and use it as a sort of checklist, or you can use the checklist that I've already developed in underneath the syllabus part of this course. Then after you familiarize yourself with the expectations, what will follow are the various readings that you need to complete, links to the VoiceThread discussion, links to access the discussion forum. So everything is sort of on this one page. And that should hopefully make everything a seamless process for you. One thing I do want you to see is if for any reason you're unable to access the discussion forum here, you can click on discussions where you have access to all the discussion forums. So that's something for you to have, and hopefully that will prevent any confusion. Okay, so we understand then how the Blackboard site is going to be used. Just so you know, any updates I will post under announcements, so you should also click onto that to make sure you're caught up with any changes and deadlines and stuff like that. The other thing you might recall that I said we're going to be using in addition to Blackboard is VoiceThread. So the way that you should access VoiceThread is within every module, I have a link to VoiceThread and I have the title of the VoiceThread discussion. So you would click on it, and when you click on it, this sometimes can appear. Yes, but actually I think I want to click onto it for you. So when you click onto it, if everything goes right, you'll just automatically be led to our course VoiceThread page with all of the active VoiceThread presentations. You'll look for the one that I have specifically said that I want you to interact with. So you'll remember that the one that I noted in the first module is called Paragraphs and Me. So this would be the one that I'm clicking onto. But sometimes what can happen is you get this. For whatever reason. And I just want to point you to this because if this were to happen, the way to get access to our VoiceThread is just to click on this VoiceThread icon here. And then everything, for whatever reason, goes back to normal. Then you have access to, you again can see all of the VoiceThread presentations that are shared with you. So that's something important for you to see. And so I would click on this VoiceThread, right? I would just click on this play icon, and then I have access to the VoiceThread. So what you see here in front of you is the PowerPoint presentation or the VoiceThread presentation that I would want you to interact with. You'll see that there is an icon, an avatar. If you were to press play, you would be able
welcome to the first lecture VoiceThread
to hear me. So it's important that you press play so that you can hear any sort of notes that I might want to give you that relate to the slide. And you would click on these arrows to go through the presentation. So that's, I think, mostly self-explanatory. I've also given you more documentation, more tutorial videos for how to use VoiceThread if this feels still kind of confusing. One thing that's a requirement for this course is that you interact with the VoiceThread in the form of 3 comments, at least 3 comments. And the way that you'll add these comments or post these comments is you'll listen to the, my notes, my audio comments or my textual comments or my video comments, and I oftentimes pose questions. So after reviewing the material and after hearing my questions, you will click on this plus sign and you will choose to post a text response, an audio response, or a video response. So it's your call. I don't have, I would love to hear your voices and to see you eventually, but if you feel more comfortable with text, that's totally fine as well. So let's say, for example, here, you'll see that I ask, what did you find yourself noting in the margins of this reading? So if I want to share what I was commenting on or what I was annotating, I might click on the text and say, when I was reading Chasing the Scream, I paid particular attention to tone. And I would click save, and then my comment would appear on the left-hand side. Now, if I want to delete a comment, I can click on this garbage can. If I want to reply to one of your colleagues' comments, I can click on this. If I want to make other colleagues' comments bigger, I can do this. So feel free to sort of adjust as you see fit. Okay, so that's VoiceThread. Again, if you need any more assistance, I will be sure to help you as things come up. Something else that I just want to let you know, I use Firefox when using VoiceThread and Blackboard. I think Firefox works the best with VoiceThread and Blackboard. Also, you will want to make sure that your Flash is updated. Should it not be updated when you're using Firefox, something will come up that says please update, and you can click on it and then all should be well. Okay, so in terms of how this course, the grading will work, 35% of your grade is based on attendance and participation. This will mean commenting on VoiceThread, discussion board, participation, and timely submission of assignments. So though you're not coming to class on a daily basis to a classroom, I do expect to see you interact with all aspects of our course before particular deadlines. The other thing that I want you to note, you see this plus sign here, though 35% is the grade, like the amount that you can get for attendance and participation, you can get more if you're, commenting on other colleagues, if you're doing more than the required work. Now, the reason why I mention this is because for some of you who feel like, you're not doing so well on the assignments, maybe you want to make it a point to interact with the VoiceThread more than 3 times to show, to show me that you're trying to review the material, you're trying to understand the material, and also, I think the more you interact with the VoiceThread, the more you'll be able to produce really effective assignments, because the VoiceThread is just practice for the major assignments. So again, 35% of your grade is attendance and participation. 15% of your grade will be 2 summaries and 1 analysis. The 2 summaries, one will be a summary of a person and another will be a summary of a concept. The analysis will be a 1-page analytical close reading of either a photo or a film. 20% of your grade will be 2 literature reviews. 1 literature review will be a shorter piece of writing. The second literature review will be an extended 3 to 4 page evaluation and synthesis of scholarly sources. And again, we'll talk more about this as the assignments come closer. I just more now want to familiarize you with the terms. 10% of your grade will be the argumentative essay, and 20% will be the research project. The research project can be an extension of any of these smaller assignments that you're working on. In addition, if you choose to answer a slide or answer a question and it's an extended comment and you want to expand that comment into some sort of research project, you can do that as well. So that's an overview of all of the major assignments for this course. Just a heads up, timeliness is everything when it comes to online courses. Don't fall behind, and should you feel like things are getting overwhelming, please reach out to me so that we can create a plan. I recommend, having taken online classes before, that you put due dates on your phone so that, a week before or a couple of days before, you're getting an alert so that you're aware of what's coming up. I also recommend, again, printing a checklist of activities you need to do for the course and then checking them off or using the checklist that I've created for you. And then I also recommend setting up a schedule very early on of how and when you'll interact with this course. And this is more an honest conversation. You don't necessarily have to share it with me or your colleagues, though if you'd like, you certainly can. An honest conversation of how often you'll be able to interact with the VoiceThread, interact with the Blackboard page. Of course, you want to meet the minimum requirement, but you also want to navigate. So will you be commenting 3 times on a Wednesday because that's your off day? Or will you spread it out and try to spend maybe 20 to 30 minutes every day on our VoiceThread or Blackboard page? Figure out a schedule for yourself that you feel is manageable and keep with that schedule for the first 2 weeks. If you feel like it's getting you the grade that you need or that you desire, then you'll keep with that schedule. If it's not enough, then you'll adjust as you see fit. And that's it for this brief, I hope it was brief, introductory video for this course. I'm looking forward to getting to know you all, and I hope to speak to you all soon.